once you have a roster, like a main roster, whether it's consisting of 5 or 6 people, you really need time to actually gel and make everything work. And since we didn't have any time to do that in spring, now just having us 5 players and just grinding it out together, getting that synergy between each other is more important than anything else, and really finding our style. And if we start swapping players in and out, whether that's in the jungle or any other role, I think that's just gonna disrupt the entire process more than anything.
This is Zento from Esports Heaven, and I have here with me Broxah from Team Liquid. Now, you guys had a pretty interesting offseason in terms of team wide, but I guess how was your offseason personally?
My off season was kind of weird, honestly, in a lot of ways. It has been the first time throughout my entire career that I had such a long off season due to me not.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I haven't before now missed out on playoffs,
Yeah.
which was pretty weird and tricky to deal with. Then there was the pandemic going on, um, and I think the start of Summer Split got delayed a little as well. So I was basically in like a new continent, locked inside, missing out on playoffs. And at the start, that was pretty tricky to deal with mentally. The entire
Mm-hmm.
experience has been pretty crazy and kind of mentally draining at times. But I've after a while, I managed to try to look at the positive sides, and I actually got a lot more time with my close ones at home and with
Mm-hmm.
my teammates here than I would have had otherwise. And eventually, I started streaming a lot as well, which gave me
Oh,
another
okay.
purpose. So it was like, um, yeah, just spending a lot of time with my close ones from home as well as streaming, and then trying to make the most of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Have you like picked up any new hobbies or maybe played any new games or whatnot?
Not really, actually. Most of all, I've been trying to do some of the things that I'm not able to do as much on a regular basis due to my
Mm-hmm.
busy schedule. And something that's really important for me as a person is to make sure that I have a lot of friends and family as well as a girlfriend at home in Europe. So
Mm-hmm.
making sure that for once I could actually spend some time with them, because
Yeah.
throughout the season there's like almost no time to take from. The schedule is so packed, and now I guess I had a chance to show all of them that I haven't forgotten about them, which was
Yeah.
great.
Well, that's good. That's good. At least there's a positive in all of that.
Mm.
As far as the team, I mean, big news is you guys have lost Doublelift, and Tactical has stepped up. What are your thoughts on the entire situation?
I'm not sure exactly what to think about the entire situation. Um, for me, seeing Doublelift go obviously came as quite a surprise coming in as the new member on the team. He
Mm-hmm.
he has been the face of the not even Liquid but the LCS for a couple of years now, and um, he's a really good player, and I really respect him both as a player and a person. Um, but at the same time, Tactical is coming in as a rookie with a lot of energy, with being a really smart player, really motivated to prove himself and to learn. And from where I stand, I could easily see a world where either of them could fit well into the team here in the summer split, and where we could make things work. But most of all, I'm just happy that we found an approach where hopefully now we can actually have 5 players that have some time to gel and actually play together, because I think that's what we were lagging the most in spring. From my point of view, we never had a chance to actually to play together as 5 people, because there was my visa issues, and
Yeah.
um, Doublelift got sick, and then Tactical stepped in playing on stage, and it has just been messy pretty much the entire way through for various reasons. And
Mm-hmm.
most of all, it just feels good to just have a core roster now. Everything is set in stone. We know how we want to approach the summer split, and we can just start actually improving as a team. And that makes me really happy, even though I'm obviously sad seeing Doublelift go. And um, there's no doubt that he's gonna make TSM even stronger.
Yeah, you're gonna have some stiff competition now. So you guys also have picked up Grig for Academy. Is this kind of like a six-man roster type situation, or has it so far just been Grig and Academy, and you kind of playing with the main team?
I honestly, wait, can you ask the question again?
So I
Just
know
read it.
Greg has joined for Academy. At least he's listed for the Academy roster. But is this kind of a six-man roster type situation of you and Greg maybe swapping out on occasion?
We don't really have any plans of trying out any six-man rosters. We already tried that a little bit in spring, and
Mm-hmm.
um, to me, at least to me, it didn't seem like the greatest success. Mostly because once you have a roster, like a main roster, whether it's consisting of five or six people, you really need time to actually gel and make everything work. And since we didn't have any time to do that in spring, now just having us five players and just grinding it out together, getting that synergy between each other is more important than anything else, and really finding our style. And if we start swapping players in and out, whether that's in the jungle or any other role, I think that's just gonna disrupt the entire process more than anything.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
obviously, obviously, I, you know, in a way, when you have an academy team, you're always competing for your spot in a way. But I'm also
sure.
confident enough in myself to believe that I'm gonna stay on the main team.
So speaking of which, the new infrastructure, you have Jatt joining the team as well. I mean, so you've talked a little bit in some other interviews about having Jatt on the team and
Mm.
whatnot, but now we have, at least heard that everyone has been doing scrims. So how have scrims been going with him kind of at the helm of everything?
I was actually so happy when we were told that Jad is coming in as the head coach. I think watching the LCS as kind of a fan, I guess, for many years, I always liked his approach, and he always seemed like one of the casters with the most knowledge about the game, and his experience and his way of approaching things is already coming in pretty handy.
Mm,
He's really knowledgeable. I think me and him are kind of similar as persons in terms of how we approach things, which is really interesting. And he has already been bringing a bit more structure into the team, as well as just giving a fresh opinion on what needs to be improved and what we can adjust in order to become a better team, I guess. Because he has been following the team the entire spring split, and now he comes
yeah,
in and he's like, guys,
I
this
know
is what
exactly what's wrong.
this is what's the
Yeah.
problem. This did not look great. We need to fix this. So it's like some of the things he can point out that everyone saw from the outside, as well as
Mm.
looking at the inside and trying to adjust here and there, as well as giving feedback. But so far, I think he has been a great addition for sure.
That's a good advantage now I think about it. Coming from the outside and then now being on the inside, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the jungle because I mean Jatt was a jungler, you're a jungler. Thoughts on I guess Volibear and Fiddlesticks?
I think some of the recent reworks is with Volibear and Fiddlesticks are really interesting. Fiddlesticks has gotten buffed quite a bit as well, and I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
surprised to see any junglers whipping him out on stage. Volibear, same thing. And generally speaking, I feel like the jungle meta right now is super interesting. You have a lot of options. There's these two new junglers that are still kind of question marks, but that could easily be
Mm-hmm.
pulled out on stage. There's some new champions being played, like in the mid-season cup, for example. We saw some Graves, we saw some Nidalee champions that I used to play a lot, and that I'm really excited to see them play again.
I'm sure you are.
The more carry-oriented junglers, the better, really. Yeah, I'm super excited to see exactly how the jungle meta is gonna end up being here at the start of the spring split, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really exciting.
So as far as the XP changes, I know that uh, junglers are being more rewarded for farming
Mm.
now, and yet we are still seeing a little bit of skirmishes as well too. So it's an either or thing, really. But that means that the 2v2 in mid jungle is going to be maybe even more important than it was before,
Mm.
which is hard pressed to do. So what are your thoughts on I guess XP changes for the jungle?
For me, as a jungler, I guess my main style these past few years has been extremely aggressive and pretty gank heavy, to be fair. So, seeing that ganks are not being rewarded as much and it's more about farming isn't really what it's not what I enjoy the most. I like some action, I like some pressure and get ganks off. I don't want to just AFK in the jungle farming in the entire game, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't think it's at an extreme where
Mhm.
you have to only farm. You can do a bit of both, and you can still play different styles. And I think that's a good thing, honestly. I think you need to be able to play different styles, and as long as it's kind of balanced between the two, I think that's okay. And when it comes to mid jungle, I honestly consider it a good thing for us that
Mhm.
mid jungle is going to be really important. There was some people not being too not being too, I don't know, satisfied, I guess, with how me and Jensen played as a duo in the
Mm.
spring split, or expecting more from us. But at the same time, I feel like me and Jensen have improved a lot, not
Mhm.
only these past few weeks, but also, um, towards the end of the spring split. And as I said, me coming in late and these different roster swaps and everything going on in spring just made it really uh, hard for me to get synergy with my teammates and for us to actually gel as a team. And now that we've had more time and me and Jensen are starting to shape up, I'm pretty sure we're gonna show all the American mid and jungle duos how it's done.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing that, man. Good luck. Good luck in the summer split, and yeah, thank you for the interview.